that drill over again, Scruggs? Will you put, who's got a stopwatch? Y'all are jogging. And I don't know if you realize this, but you're jogging. It's taking like 6 seconds to get from one end to the other. 6 seconds. It's not good enough. So 4 seconds, we'll take 4 seconds, right? So if you're not getting that ball to lay it up in within 4 seconds, then I'm gonna stop the drill again and we're gonna run a horse. Everybody got that? Who's got a clock? Who's got some kind of a clock?
We've had to repeat the same drill 3 times. It's not that hard. Somebody needs to galvanize you guys together, and we need to come out here and compete. We need to accomplish things as opposed to repeating stuff over and over again. It's not good enough. You understand where I'm coming from?
It's always just like making sure that everyone's grounded and humble, because we don't want another year like last year where you win a couple games and then you kind of get this sense of entitlement, like, oh, it's like we're just cruising now. No, it only gets harder. So it's having to make them realize that it only gets harder from here, and this was the easy part. Like,
we're 2-0 right now, but we have to always feel good about how we went about it to get that win. Because if we're gonna win and do things wrong but still win, is it gonna help us beat North Carolina? No. Is it gonna help us beat NC State? No. And that's where we're going.
I think that the way our schedule is right now, the way it's working up to, like, each game has been harder and harder. I think that's really good for us. But I think we definitely need them to be ready for conference.
There's a few things just to talk about before we get some film up here and look at it.
Not rotating, not being in the gap when we need to be in the gap.
I know, but I'm just saying we've never really told her that, though.
Because she's at the top of the key, she's just going right down the lane, which is also a weak drill. I mean, we can work the court and say this is what we do.
You know, that might be a way to do it. Because our defense is our best beginning of our offense.
And I think once we figure out and become disciplined in it, like, and holding each other accountable, that's the main thing, holding each other accountable, that's when we're gonna see improvement.
You know, one of the best things we did on Saturday was just push the ball. Because we are fast, we can push, we can fly on the lanes, we can run to the rim. We are really, really good at that. So let's don't forget that. It doesn't matter who we're playing, ever. I don't care if we're playing the #1 team in the country, the number 15 team, it does not matter. We always play to Georgia Tech standards. Locked in to lock them up. So we can keep adding fire and keep building that brood until we get to where we want to go.
Going into the season, I said I don't want to be a background character and all of that, so I was figuring out my confidence then, but now I'm having to figure out my confidence off the court and what I can do to be there for my teammates while I'm making sure that I'm getting back, because I want to be there for them.
that didn't hurt our arms. And I was way bigger. Yeah, I like that. I know. That's way better. That's good.
It didn't hurt.
Specifically for Kara, we want to focus on her ground foot interactions and her ballistic movements. She's an amazing athlete, explosive, one of our best defenders. And so any training insight that we can get in order to ensure that she continues to excel in a vertical and lateral plane, it helps us, it helps her, and it also helps our team.
I'm really just trying to be there to encourage, but also be there as a reminder for people and say the things that people won't say because they're tired. And I think that this also, even though it's not where I want to be, this is an opportunity for me to grow in that area. Everything happens for a reason.
Confidence-wise, I feel really good, especially about this team, because every game I can see the steady growth that we're making, like individually and then also as a team, because we're working really hard and we're finally starting to mesh a little more.
I think we're ready. Like, no one seems scared. We're definitely not scared. Like, that's out of the question. But everyone seems locked in. We know the scout. Coach Boogie prepared the scout super well. It was a lot, but it seems like everyone's locked into it. So I feel really confident going into this game.
Because I got to play in front of not only just my parents, but I got to play in front of all of my family. They got to see me play for the first time in college. It made it so much more special because I actually stepped up whenever I needed to.
Let's go! They call timeout! Go out there and earn this one, because they're going to be giving us everything they got. Everything. We've got to give them everything we got. I mean, go out there and punch them in the face. Daughter, have you ever done that? Do you know when you do that? When you go out there, and I mean the first 30 seconds of the game, you just smack them in the face, and they're like, whoa, right? For the next 39 minutes and 30 seconds, they're like, whatever. That's what we got to do tonight. If you get a little bit tougher, and you play a little more focused and a little more disciplined, we'll get ourselves back in this game. But if we don't do those things, we're not going to get ourselves back in this game. And it just is what it is. Everybody understand that? When you get the ball on the block, go to work.
It's really humbling, and it's also full circle for me, because last year during this time, I wasn't one of those people that she would look at and say that to. And knowing that we have so many other pieces around me that I have the ability to do that, and I can also, if I'm taken away, I can give it out to somebody else and they can have a game also.
Season. Woo! I'll tell you, I got a lot to say about that game, but I'm not going to say it right now. But congratulations, because that was a hell of a win. It really was. That was a really good job. Good win. We didn't play our best basketball, but we won the game. And sometimes that's what needs to happen.
That competitive drive to win, but it's something different when it's like on the line, like a winner or like an L.
Halftime, we're down 3, and they go on an 8-0 run. Pretty much in about 2 minutes. That's lack of focus. It's lack of playing as a team. It's lack of leadership. It's lack of everybody stepping up to the plate because you want to do your very best to win a ball game. When you've got time on the floor, you do everything you can every minute that you have on that floor. I'm not happy. I'm not. So, but that doesn't mean I don't love you and I don't care about you and I don't believe in you, right? But I'm competitive. And we've just lost a game that I'm not quite sure we should have lost. But we got work to do. We got work to do. Let's go.
GT on 3, 1, 2, 3.
GT! I'm gonna tell you something. I believe in y'all. We all do. This coaching staff, we are down with you. We are.
Of course, as the season goes, like, you'll have tempers that flare, and then you have more intensity because like games are getting harder, and each game it means something.
So this loss hurts not only because we lost, but it's the way we lost. Like you guys were very capable to beat that team, so that should tell you we can play with top 25 teams. We're good enough. We just choose not to be at times. So whenever we lock in and everybody brings 100%, y'all, you're looking at the top 4 finish in the ACC.
We want to have the best possible chance of making the NCAA tournament, but it starts now from game 1 all the way to game 30 or whatever.
When y'all bear down and y'all are tough, you're pretty damn good. And then when you get tired, we're not good. Dialed in, locked in. Not for 25 minutes. The game is 40 minutes long. 40 minutes long. Do you understand that? It's not 20 minutes long, it's 40 minutes long.